I was investigating the situation with the
The
balladeer.
balladeer? Hmm.
Oh
This sounds like
no!
some kind of code name.
Naiden don't know as well. She doesn't know. Okay,
You
time
look
to
troubled.
explain. Hey, what's up guys? This is Wild One and welcome back here to my YouTube channel, and we are now currently back here to Genshin Impact. So yep, we are now back here once again, and we are now currently finally back here to Inazuma. So in the last video, the balladeer somehow manipulated time. Yeah, so no one even knows him right now, just like Paimon. So anyways, we're actually trying to figure out what's going on. We're now back here. It says here the balladeer has caused a series of unexpected consequences within Irminsul. So yeah, apparently it has something to do with
May the
Irminsul,
glory of the
but I'm
princessin
not
bring
sure
light
how
to this
Irminsul
world.
literally controlled time, or probably he just removed the memories of people. But anyways, we're just pretty much talking to these guys right here.
We've made it to Amanoma Smithy.
Ah, it's been a while.
I'd like to
Of
ask a
course.
question
Go ahead.
about the Raiden Gokaden.
Oh. Now there's a question I wasn't expecting. Very well. I'll tell you what I know once more. The once renowned Raiden Gokaden, comprised of 5 branches. Amenoma, Futsu, Ishin, Hyakume, and Senju. The art of forging practiced by these 5 clans was first taught to them personally by the almighty Shogun. Over time, the 5 branches diverged from one another as generations of bladesmiths honed and perfected their craft until they became 5 distinct traditions. Most of the great swordsmith clans of old have since fallen into decline, and for a long time, only the Amenoma branch kept its art alive. But
Damn.
fortunately, Kaedehara Kazuha recently returned to Inazuma and took up the mantle of the Ishin art. Now,
Wait,
2 clans remain
Kazuha did?
of the original Gokaden 5. If my memory serves me right, you yourself were present when he forged the Ishin blade.
Oh, yeah, we were. Paimon remembers that now.
No, I don't even
I forget
remember
about
that.
the decline of the Raiden Gokaden then, too. It seems like such a shame.
What was the reason behind their decline?
That, my friends, is a tragic tale indeed. In fact, this was not made
Huh.
known to me for most of my life. All these years, I knew of those great clans' demise, but never the cause. Only recently, when the question was on my mind, did I ask Kaedehara Kazuha about this. He told me that, as we are both heirs to a branch of the Raiden Gokaden, it was right that I should know the truth. There is no harm in telling you, but I must warn you. It is a dark and sorrowful tale. The Raiden Gokaden were the targets of a murderous rampage by a vengeful bladesmith.
Vengeful? Why?
400 years ago, so I'm told,
Okay,
there was a
so what just
catastrophic
happened here?
malfunction in Tatarasuna's furnace. One brave swordsmith heard the commotion and chose not to flee, but he rushed to the scene, hoping to prevent a disaster. Tatarasuna was home to a state-of-the-art forging and smelting operation in that day, and overseeing it was the armory officer. His surname was Niwa, though he had family ties to the Kaedehara clan. Knowing that they had just one chance to save countless lives, Mr. Niwa and the swordsmith leaped together into the furnace. The furnace quickly stabilized, but neither of them made it out. The smith's death,
Oh,
though
shoot.
heroic,
So that's
dealt
what
a
happened
devastating
this
blow
time.
to his family's fortunes. His orphan son was left to fend for himself, and grew up deeply resentful at the world. In his heart, the whole of Inazuma was culpable in his tragedy. He hated the almighty shogun for her apparent indifference towards his father's death, and he hated everyone who had done nothing to try and save him. Powerless and destitute, the only legacy he had to pass on to his children was his hatred. Generation after generation bore this grudge, living in utter misery. Alas, if only the story could have ended there. But 100 years ago, the then head of this family reached the end of his wits. He could bear their fate no longer, and yet he could do nothing to change it. Finally, he made a drastic decision to take revenge on the Raiden Gokuden. In doing so, he sought to vent his pent up anger and shake the very foundations of Inazuma's forging industry. In his fury, he murdered indiscriminately, killing even bladesmiths from the Hyakume clan which he belonged to. His goal was absolute, the devastation of all of the Raiden Gokuden. But when he came to the Kaedehara and Kamisato clans, his killing spree came to an abrupt end. He failed to catch them unawares. They fought back fiercely, and they did not spare his life. That is why the Kaedehara clan and their Ishin art survived that day. I suppose they were the lucky ones, under the dire circumstances.
Yep. Someone else attacked the swordsmith. Huh.
Was there anything else you wanted to ask?
Have you seen Kazuha recently?
Kazuha? Why, yes. Just yesterday, in fact. We spoke for a while over some tea. He seemed well.
That's all.
My pleasure.
Don't tell Paimon. There are other places you want to visit too, right? Your expression says it all. You can't hide anything from Paimon.
It's a good thing Paimon didn't really change much. Seems like time was not really changed. It seems like the only thing that changed was the knowledge of everyone itself. So everyone's memories has been changed. Okay, it's not that it's good, but still, it's literally something to currently be worried about. We are already in the Yashiro Commission. Okay, now it has activated a cutscene.
This is the Yashiro Commission's headquarters, so...
Traveler, it's been a while.
You don't look like what you sound like, you know? I mean, just look at him. His
If
voice
you're
doesn't
looking for
match.
the Commissioner and Miss
Like, look at that.
Kamisato, I'm afraid your timing is unfortunate. They're not here right now.
Are they out on business?
The Commissioner is out on business, and Miss Kamisato is standing in for some meetings in the Commissioner's place. If it's urgent, you're welcome to wait inside until they get back.
What do you think? Shall we go in?
Thank you. We'll take up on that offer. Can we take a walk in the
If it were
courtyard?
anyone else, I couldn't allow it. But seeing as you're so close with the Commissioner and Miss Kamisato, I think it should be okay.
We'll be heading in then. Thanks!
All right.
Hello, dears. Is there something you want to say?
I have a couple of questions.
Of course, traveler. Yes, I know who you are. Miss Kamisato has told me about you. What would you like to know?
How are the Commissioner and Miss Kamisato
they're
these days?
both very well indeed. Lately, Miss Kamisato has been rather busy attending all kinds of meetings and occasionally paying
Purely
visits
hardworking,
to some local
for
organizations
Kamisato,
on the
right?
commissioner's behalf. As
Okay.
for the commissioner himself, well, you know, busy as ever. That much hasn't changed. Although he does seem to be in a rather good mood these days.
So pretty much business as usual on the Yashiro Commission, huh?
No
Very
difference?
much so.
Yeah, it's probably just the memories of the balladeer. That's it.
Well,
Not
got any
much
more
change.
questions?
That's all.
You're very welcome. In fact, I would love nothing more than for you to come and visit more often. But I'm sure you must be far too busy to have time for that. Miss Kamisato talks about you all the time. She
Mm-hmm.
seems so thrilled to have you as a friend, and she's always saying how talented you are and how much she admires you.
Okay, I ship them.
I must say, many
Okay.
things in Inazuma seem to have taken a turn for the better since you arrived here. So you're not just Miss Kamisato's knight in shining
Oh.
armor, you know.
I'm so
You're a
flattered.
hero to us all.
I am truly flattered.
I mean
Main
it.
heroine confirmed.
Whenever the commissioner
Guys,
dines
main
at
heroine
home,
confirmed.
Toma always joins him.
Who knows?
I always find myself at my most relaxed when I'm serving the two of them and listening to them chat away. The commissioner has such a busy schedule that he doesn't always have the chance to take his meals at home. But given the opportunity, he always prefers to dine here. They say it's because Toma's a much better chef than most. Oh, the commissioner is so fond of home comforts. They get to talking about you sometimes too, you know. Always with a very
Man,
fond
I'm famous.
tone.
Guys,
The way
I'm
one would
famous.
talk about dear old friends around whom one can truly be themselves. Miss Kamisato occasionally joins them as well. Whenever the whole family gets together and they start talking about people they've met and experiences they've had, you always get a mention. It's been many years now since the late Mr. and Mrs. Kamisato passed away. Much has happened in the Kamisato clan in that time. As someone who is old and gray enough to have watched their son and daughter grow up, it makes me so happy to see them meet a dependable friend whose company they enjoy so much. So, in the future, if you ever do have the time, please know you are always very welcome at the Yashiro Commission headquarters. There will always be at least one old lady who would be delighted to have the
Well-
pleasure of your company.
Thank you very much. You guys are dear
Wonderful.
friends.
Thank you.
Paimon likes it here too. Also, you were saying something about the food here being really great.
Paimon being
Paimon's
Paimon,
itching to
right
try it.
guys?
We may just have to invite ourselves around for dinner sometime. Paimon meant we should come pay a visit again real soon. Ideally around dinner time.
Of course. You're always welcome.
Alright, goodbye for now. Where are we going next?
Tatarasuna.
Goodbye, ma'am. Don't
As
worry,
a
we'll
as a
see
matter of
yourself
fact,
out.
guys, I haven't even checked out
Alright
Tatarasuna
then.
after
Take care
what just
now.
happened in the last
Hope to
one.
see you soon.
Okay, let's go ahead and check it out.
Oh, are you two leaving already?
Yep, everything's taken care of now. Don't worry.
Very well. Safe travels. Goodbye.
Okay. This is actually a bit wholesome. I don't really want to ruin it, but a lot of things is not right still. Okie dokie, what we have right here. Ah,
Well, here we are. But what are we looking for? Something or someone?
Do my eyes deceive me, or is that the traveler in Paimon?
I don't remember this guy,
Xavier?
but
What are
I
you
know his
doing here?
name.
I was in the general area, and now I'm in this specific area. There, that's me. So what about you two?
We have some questions and thought you might be able to help.
Do you know much about Tatarasuna?
Certainly do. I've researched the furnace here in some depth. If there's anything you want to know, just ask away.
How well do you understand the history of this
Like
area?
the back of my hand. Make no mistake, I have been here a good many times before. Not only that, but I've met people in Inazuma whose families used to live in Tatarasuna years ago. They said it's all true, the history here.
I'm listening.
Oh, well, it's a long story, don't you know? The tale of Tatarasuna starts a long time ago.
Oh, we
I'm told
know.
that its history is one of the most foremost forging and smelting operations in the nation. Goes back around 1,000 years. Still, the furnace has had a couple of serious maintenance issues along the way.
A couple? When exactly?
One was just in the last few years, the other was several hundred years ago. A fun fact, I'm not the first Fontaine tech guy to come and work on it either. There was a guy back then too. They say he was a mechanic who consulted on a technology upgrade. It seems like the technological collaboration between our
That
two nations
has
goes back
got to
a
be the
long way.
doctor.
How about that?
Hey, weren't you gonna ask Xavier something about Tatarasuna? Come on,
I
ask
am.
already.
Oh, I didn't realize you two were here for a history lesson.
Me neither. Paimon doesn't know what's gotten into this one today. Feels like we've been preparing for a history exam or something.
What brought this on? Did you just wake up today with a sudden burning desire for historical knowledge?
Pretty much.
Sure, go ahead.
Have you ever heard of the Kabuki Mono connected to
A kabuki
Tartarasuno?
mono? No, I can't say that I have. I do know the word, Inazuman for those eccentric types who always go around dressed to the nines. Just the sort of person that I'd like to meet, actually. But sadly, I've never had the pleasure, nor have I come across anything to do with a kabuki mono where Tatarasuna is concerned.
Okay, so he just literally erased himself from history.
Of course! Don't mention it.
Oh, we're leaving? Okay, bye,
So it's
Xavier.
literally just some kind of memory
you're most
manipulation
welcome.
to
More than happy
everyone.
to help. Farewell.
Man, Erminsul
Looks like
can
you got all
actually
the
do that.
information you're looking for.
Even the books are changed. Time to go back and see Lesser Lord
Sure,
Kusanali.
but what's up with you today? Whatever it is, it seems like it's really troubling you.
Yeah, it's complicated.
Smile, Spinal Crocodile. No matter what happens, Paimon will always be there for you.
Hey, we already got a nickname from Paimon, Spinal Crocodile.
Come on.
Alright.
You gotta keep it together. Why don't you grab something to eat? You can't go facing life's challenges on an empty stomach. Alright, let's head off and go meet Nahida.
Alrighty. Now we're traveling back. Echoes of History, eh? Nice name for an achievement. And we're just teleporting right here. Are we not going to go to the very, sanctuary? Okay, we are. Okay, come on, come on, come on. Keep moving.
Hey, it's them!
Mm-hmm. It's these guys again from the last
Akaba,
one.
Sawada, you're still here?
Are you still talking about the
Indeed we
essay?
are. If you have a moment, we'd love for you to join us once more.
Mm-hmm.
We have time. What do you want to talk to us about?
It's the same topic we discussed last time. Obviously.
Still looking for more info about Tatarasuna, huh? Should we join them?
Sounds like a good idea though.
Unfortunately, we haven't made any real progress.
Can I read it
Huh?
again?
Oh, of course.
So it has changed again. Hmm. Yeah, it seems like some stuff have changed.
I presume you'll want to read mine as well. Here.
All right, we're reading. Um. Yeah, things just change. Okay, interesting. Like if it just affected their memories, yeah, it's kind of believable. But hell,
Well,
Erminzel
what do
has
you
that kind
think?
of power. Oh my gosh. Um, a
Hey, Ken,
masterpiece.
remember how last time Akaba was saying how he wished he could gather more information about all this? Well, we just got back from Inazuma. So how about we tell them what we learned?
Roger,
What
Dodger.
did you find out? Something big?
It's a long story. Basically, we have some friends in Inazuma, and...
You tell the two writers what you learned.
Wow, so many new details. Thank you so much for sharing that with us.
Well, well. So it all comes down to one man's desire for revenge. Huh. You heard this from a member of the Armanoma clan, you say? Then I guess it must be true. Ugh. So there's no ghost story here after all.
This new information actually lends further credence to my hypothesis. Evidently, swordsmiths were seen as having an incredibly prestigious role in society those days, to the extent that harming them was conceived of, at least by the perpetrator, as a way of exacting revenge against those in power.
Yes, okay, point taken, you were right. But that doesn't mean I can't carry on with my novel.
Come on, be creative.
And they're back at it. These guys are really into this.
Oh man, we've got some things to take care of. Bye for
I'm
now.
so sorry. Look at us, prattling on about our projects and ignoring you. Thank you so much for the information.
You're
See
welcome.
ya.
Keep us in the loop if you find out anything else.
Roger, Dodger.
Will do.
Hopefully. Yeah, are we even going to fix everything that has happened, or are we just going to leave it be? That's what I'm curious of. Come on. Okie dokie. What's Nahida doing? I hope she actually knows what's going on.
Traveler, Paimon, how have you been? Ugh, where to start? Paimon hasn't had a moment's rest this whole time. That night, we ended up chatting and chatting until suddenly the sun was up. And then he decided he wanted to go to Inazuma.
I was investigating the situation with the balladeer.
Balladeer?
Oh
This sounds
no!
like some kind of code name.
Naiden don't know as well. She doesn't know. Okay,
You
time
look
to
troubled.
explain.
Is there something you need to tell me?
Yeah, you need to explain it. Yeah, you need to explain. Um, You are the record keeper, indeed.
Traveler? Hey, what's wrong? You look so upset.
There are things that have happened that only I can remember. I have to tell you the truth. Okay, here we go. Oh my gosh. With a heavy heart, you piece back together the story that was broken and scattered across time. There was one named the Baldir created by the Electro Archon. He was a puppet who lived among men. After a series of events in Tatarasuna, the Balladeer, thinking he had been thrice betrayed, left Inazuma to roam the world beyond. With no trust for humans and only loathing for the gods, he bore the grudge for years as he grew in strength, then returned to Inazuma to take his revenge. He tried in vain to become the deity with the Gnosis and ended up losing everything. Finally, he entered Irminsul and learned the truth behind his betrayal. Knowing now that his life was built on lies, he did the unthinkable in an attempt to reverse his tragic fate.
That's quite a story. So, this
Dang.
puppet known as the Balladeer erased himself from Irminsul, hoping that he could change the past. But how was he even able to do that? As the traveler said, he very nearly became Sumeru's deity. Admittedly, I remember it a little differently. I don't recall finding anyone inside the machine after we defeated it. Nevertheless, it does make sense. If someone were to successfully erase themselves from Irminsul, the world would change to reflect the new reality. So, you believe this person really existed, and we just don't remember him because, well, because he literally changed the world? Yes.
My gosh, the
Theoretically
Balladeer has
speaking,
the ultimate
it
power.
is possible to do this. But I'm struggling to imagine the kind of person who would dare go through with it. The traveler comes from a world beyond Teyvat. That's why there's no information about him in Irminsul, and it also explains why any changes to Irminsul wouldn't affect him. So if there's anyone in the world capable of retaining memories from a past that has been rewritten,
Yep,
it's
it's
you.
us.
It's quite incredible when you think about it.
Yeah, you can say that again.
Paimon's having a hard time understanding this Balladeer guy's motivations. Why did he do it? I can only make inferences based on the information we've been given. As for what kind of person he was, only you remember that.
I am really not sure. Yeah, we are enemies. Did you want to reset everything or or save someone? Everything can be set right. Maybe that there's obviously to it. Yeah, I really truly do wonder what is his plan. Mm-hmm. I hesitated because I witnessed the greater Lord Rukadevata erase her own existence, but I can't tell Nehida about that. Oh, so that's why he was shocked in the last time. Okay.
Something else worrying you? Something that you can't share?
He chose such a radical option and
It
yet
couldn't change the fate of the ones who had died, right?
yes.
Once the Balladeer realized he hadn't been betrayed after all, it must have completely changed his view of the people of Tatarasuna. Now he saw them as friends again. He couldn't keep hating humans after that. And if he thought there was a chance he could save his old friends, it would be hard not to try. This story makes sense. Every part of it. The Balladeer tried to achieve godhood with the doctor's help. He was unsuccessful, but retained the power to connect with Irminsul. That power then enabled him to change what was recorded in Irminsul and erase himself, even though he didn't have much strength left. Yeah, it does make sense, but it still ended in tragedy for his friends. It just feels so hopeless. He gave everything to do this, but it seems like he got nothing in return.
He changed the world in many ways, and yet the dead still didn't get a second chance. Well, if someone's dead, they're dead. You guys know that. Okay, did he wish
Please
never to
wait a
existed
moment.
at all?
I want to check something.
Okay, what is she going to check?
Found it. This should be the one.
Oh, it's
It
very
turns out that
good
I
that
have a
she can
strange
actually
way of
connect to
confirming
Irminsul just like
everything
that.
he has told us. What is it? A record from a personal collection. It was tucked away in a corner. You should take a look.
Okay. Surprisingly, the information is present to you that resembles a fairy tale.
Is this a fairy tale? Who wrote it?
This matches everything I
I authored
said.
this record myself.
Oh, smart.
You wrote a fairy tale that somehow has something to do with the balladeer?
She wrote it
When
before
combined with
everything
the traveler's
happened.
narrative, it's clear that this story is an allegory. Everything in it is a symbol for something else. Hold on. So this record survived from the past? Yes.
Yo.
Any information about the balladeer or the kabuki mono in other records will have been changed. But I wrote this story in a way that means it was left intact. Changing the information in Irminsul changes Teyvat. But Irminsul can't change information that was well hidden in advance. I guess I must have written this story as a backup before the balladeer entered Irminsul. That's incredible! What a great idea! And sending the traveler into Irminsul with the balladeer must have been a further precaution. I knew he'd remember everything. This story is abstract enough that it still resonates with the present information recorded in Irminsul. But if we connect all the different pieces together, the true story that emerges is the one he told us, the now erased life of the balladeer.
Wow. Dang.
There was once a lone monster draped in fox fur. The
Wow.
monster found
We have a
family
very
of
good
foxes,
slideshow right here.
joined them, and they became friends. The
It is
monster
a
lived
fairy
with the
tale, right,
family
guys?
day and
Because
night,
it looks like a
and
fairy
everyone
tale.
treated it as one of their own. Once in a while, the monster would take off its fox fur at night and lament to itself as it gazed at its reflection in the water. I am a monstrosity, yet they are too foolish to see it. I pity them. But the monster soon found solace when another came to live among the foxes who was not their kin. A kitten, carved from the wood of a white tree who had been abandoned by the humans. The kitten too wished to become a fox, but its tail was too slender and it could not grow a coat of richly colored fur.
Is this
Yet when
what
the
was
other
written in
foxes
that
saw this,
capsule
they
of
spoke
knowledge?
words of comfort to the kitten. Even without a tail and fur like ours, you are still one of us.
I actually get on how Nahida currently
Furious at this
hidden
happy
this.
resolution,
In order for the
monster lit a
information
fire
not to
on the
change,
mountain.
she
The
literally
terrified
turned it like
animals
this,
panicked
and
as
it's
the
only a
fire
metaphor
spread.
for what just
The
happened.
only way to extinguish the flames was to make a sacrifice. A gray fox stood up and addressed the monster. It said, "You are the cleverest among us. Surely you can help us find a way to solve this." The monster smiled, led the fox toward the fire, and murdered it. The gray fox's heart was turned into a beautiful drop of water, clear, spotless, and pure. The monster gave the heart of water to the kitten, telling him, "The foxes have decided.
Yeah,
You are the one
this
who must
is
be
the thing.
sacrificed. Take
The
this,
the story of
quench
the Baldir.
flames, and die for
It's
your
only
fox
written in some
kin."
kind of metaphor.
The fire was extinguished, but the kitten lived. It left that side of the mountain and found a little bird who had a broken wing. The two promised they would spend their whole lives together, but the little bird did not have long left to live. It passed away soon after. After burying the bird, the kitten left the mountain for good. Never again would it cherish a single creature, nor a single blade of grass that stood on that mountain. The kitten spent the nights wandering aimlessly, gnashing its teeth at the moon. How it wished to swallow the moon and devour the moonlight. If the world could only return to darkness, then it would finally be peaceful and content. I will become the new moon, the answer to everything. Then,
Yeah,
no one will know
this
that there
actually
were once
symbolizes
birds,
him
foxes, and
becoming a
cats in this
god.
world. And no one can know that they were different.
We solved it!
I remember now. This is not just the Balladeer story. It is his very own memories. I made a backup so that it would be preserved no matter what happened. To become a god, he was experimented on and modified countless times. It was brutal torture, and the only reason he was able to survive is that he was a puppet. This memory was extracted from him by the scholars. Presumably, they kept it to have something to defend themselves with. Creating a deity was just the first step. Some of them wanted
Yep,
to be able
she
to
already
control
got it all.
That's why they backed up his memory for later use.
Dang. Naida is incredible.
I buried it deep inside one of my
Big
own
brain.
dreams,
Well,
and then
he is the
hid it
god of
inside an
wisdom, so
allegorical
probably
story so
as
that it wouldn't
expected.
be altered.
It's hard to believe that this person really existed, let alone that he tried to get rid of us on more than one occasion. Paimon has no memory of him at all. He completely vanished like a puff of smoke.
The Balladeer agreed to help me look for information about the Descenders, and although he was unsuccessful, he still helped you. Before he vanished, he confirmed an important detail, that Conria was where your twin first came into this world. We still
So
don't
we
know how
first
the
came to
change to
Mondstadt.
Irminsul will affect the
He
senior
came
ranks of the
to
Fatui,
Canria.
but in all likelihood, they won't even remember their own Harbinger.
It feels like life is insignificant
It
as a
sounds like
feather.
Paimon wouldn't like this guy a whole lot if he was still around. But still, Paimon doesn't like the way it all ended that much better.
This is why wisdom alone cannot answer all our questions. We look, we see, and we comprehend, but the question still troubles us. So the answer is not everything. People yearn to find the truth and then conquer the troubles they face. When you give someone the truth, you give them a chance to choose their own destiny.
And
To others
the
looking
destiny he
this may
chose
seem
is
like a
literally
pointless endeavor,
erased.
but for him, the chance to act on his desire to disappear must have meant a lot. Never forget that even when we walk beneath dark clouds along a road filled with suffering, the light of wisdom is always there, guiding us
Damn.
toward a better destination.
This is a good quote.
And that is what you have been doing all along.
Yeah, Nahita's right. Cheer up. How about we go get something to eat? We can pick up this heavy conversation again later.
Roger,
Good
Dodger.
idea. Paimon, why don't you take him out for a walk to clear his head?
You got it. Come on, traveler. You need
Worst
to get
case
out of your head
scenario,
for a while.
our head
You'll
will
feel
literally
much
be
better
cleared
after
even with
taking a walk.
even the memories. Okay. That won't happen, I'm
Let's go
sure.
get a snack from one of the stalls in the Grand Bazaar. That'll be sure to lift
Take a
our
walk around the
spirits.
Grand Bazaar, eh?
Must be
Fine,
really tough
I'll be
being
going
the only one who
outside.
remembers all that.
Yeah, I hope I can cheer up. Okay, let's get outside. Matter of fact, I'm currently checking the time right now. We have exceeded a few amounts of time, but I'm actually expecting that this quest will actually take a lot longer. So yeah, guys, I might actually probably cut it from here, guys. Yeah. Okay, guys. So I'm just going to cut this video right here. Um, Okay, anyways, we're just pretty much here. Anyways, guys, thank you very much, guys, for watching. Hopefully, you guys have enjoyed. Make sure to actually leave a like and subscribe. And also, make sure to leave a comment down there below on what do you think about the balladeer. Can the traveler even become friends with him? And yeah, I also currently stream on Twitch, guys. If you guys are currently interested, the link is currently down there in the description below. Also my Facebook page and also my Twitter account. Please do follow it and like it if you haven't already. I currently upload memes there if you guys are currently interested.
I hear the
And
voice of
yeah, I
fate,
hope to see you guys in the
speaking my
next
name
one.
in humble
Goodbye.
supplication.